Hi BookTube! I'm here with the Ruler of Books tag, started by Ariel Bissett, and I was actually tagged. I was tagged by JD Estrada, so I'll link both those channels down below. Now, into the questions. What book would you make everyone read? And I've seen a lot of really great answers to this, but I'm going to be selfish, and I'm going to say that people should read a book that will help them understand what I consider good writing. And that's going to be Gold's Book of Fish by Richard Flanagan. Just his mastery of language, his use of, this is a new word I learned, pleonasm, and his kind of being able to be strange without trying too hard really makes it one of my all-time favorite books. I think everyone should read it. Number 2, what would you abolish in book construction? Well, I think 2 parts. In regards to writing, I think insta-love should just be done with. If you had to introduce insta-love, just skip the love story altogether. It's not that vital to the story most times anyways. Number 2, the physical makeup of books. I'd take away deckled edges. I really don't like deckled edges. I'd rather like a smooth edge so I can know, I'm not skipping a page because your things are all funny. Number 3, what author would you commission to write you a book? And I'm gonna kind of steal JD's answer and say I'd love Douglas Adams to come back and finish the last Dirk Gently book because I love Dirk Gently. Dare I say I love Dirk Gently more than Hitchhiker's Guide? Probably, yeah. And I really wish that he had finished Salmon of Doubt, the next book. Number 4, what book would you demote to the library basement? And for me, I don't like censorship at all. I may not want to read romance, but if you want to read romance, then you do it, What I would do is take all the horror books, put them in the basement, and make it like a horror house, like a scary house. And only the horror readers would go down there and get frightened, and I wouldn't have to be frightened. So yeah. Number 5, I'm going to flash a bunch of images up here because this has to do with images. What cover artist would you commission to make a mural? I'm choosing Darrell K. Sweet, who did the original Wheel of Time covers. Some people think they're kind of cheesy. I love that kind of corny 80s, 90s fantasy book covers, and I'd love to have a mural of the main characters from Wheel of Time in the city of Tarvalin on a big huge wall, and just kind of a cheesy one where they're all gathered around for a group photo. I think that would be awesome. 6, what characters would you put on a coin? And I could come up with many things here, but I'm gonna show you my Song of Ice and Fire hope and prediction for how it's gonna end, and say Daenerys Targaryen needs her face on a Westeros coin. Or at least just the sigil of her house because it's pretty cool. Dragons, 3 heads, awesome, right? Okay, lastly, what book would you award the Ruler of Books 2016 prize to? And I'm gonna have to go with kind of an interesting take on this. Maybe not my favorite book of the year, but definitely a book that made me think a bit. And this is going to be Injustice: Gods Among Us, the comic series, years 1 through 5. Years 5 were released in 2016, because they really challenged my idea of leadership, of what it means to be a ruler, of political ideologies, and it is really, really an interesting read to make you think about, these topics. So as a ruler, this made me change how I would rule, and I think other rulers, you out there, should read it as well. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.